Hey, good news, everyone. We can all click a button. We're all capable.
When the three founders assemble, they form a headless, one-armed Voltron. Not ideal, but good enough for a podcast. FounderQuest.
So, I am feeling great this morning. I'll tell you why.
Oh, good. Why are you feeling great?
So for the past couple weeks, I've been working on cleaning up the low-level noise, like errors that are happening that aren't really severe, and that get corrected because of retries and things like that. So, stuff that's not like broken, it's just annoying. So I just yesterday, I think, finished off the last of those things. So, we've had a few big things over the past several months. We had the account billing migration. We've had the Elasticsearch migration. We've had the payload storage migration. And now, as of yesterday, we have no lingering low-level errors happening. It's just clean. The logs are quiet. Everything is happy.
Nice.
That's amazing. Good job.
Thanks.
I thought it was kind of quiet around here.
It's like butter.
It's like butter.
Yeah, it feels really good.
I got through my to-do list items that were kind of along those lines this week, actually. So that does feel good. I'm like on to having time for real work again now until I come in on Monday and have a bunch of busy work again.
Well, yesterday was my birthday, so I took it off. So I'm the slacker this week.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Birthday.
Thank you. It was very nice. Just like, I didn't actually really do anything special. I just went about sort of a normal day, but without any rush. Like, I was just like, I am gonna take my time and take as long as I want and whatever I'm doing. And it was very nice. It was very nice just having that, off. And I mean, I didn't actually work, but I did just kind of read and stuff. So
Cool.
So that was great. And
sounds like the perfect birthday, to be honest.
I know. It was pretty great. Yeah. Yeah. My kid was very enthusiastic until she was super enthusiastic all week. She made all these like decorations and everything and all these tiny little birthday present crafts that were just adorable. And then when my birthday dinner actually rolled around, they went to the restaurant to pick up the food and everything. They came back and she didn't like any of the food that we got. And so she just threw just a shit fit. And it's just I was trying to have my nice dinner and you really pumped this up for me. And now you're just, now you're just some sort of caveman or something.
She definitely did it intentionally.
Yeah.
This was her plan all along.
Yeah, they build you up to tear you down. That's children for you. But other than that, I got done, I made a lot of progress on this interesting project that we're doing where we're going to be using our sort of blog author setup to do to generate some reports to make things easier for us sort of internally, right? Because it's kind of hard for Josh and everybody who's involved with the libraries, the client libraries to, keep tabs on 500 different languages at once. Just keeping tabs on one programming language is kind of hard because everything changes every 6 weeks. And so, so we're going to try and get some authors to sort of go in, maybe start on a quarterly basis and come up with sort of reports about what's going on in a specific community. And if it turns out they're useful, we'll probably start sharing them and, via our blog or email or something, whatever allows us to extract the maximum value from you people.
This came about because I was like, Starr, I'm tired of reading 15 newsletters every week. And I just want to read one thing, once a quarter or something like that and know what's going on. And so Starr was like, I can do that. Now we're going to have it. It's going to be awesome.
So in a recent episode, when we talked about the vendor that you're not going to name on air, Starr.
I'll say it. It's okay. It's Lovesack. I was just feeling weird about it at that time. It's a terrible name. I realized later, though, that it's based on Love Seat. It's like a Love Seat beanbag type thing. At first, I thought it was a pun on Love Shack, which seemed like a really weird way to. I mean, I guess who am I to talk? Like my product's named Honeybadger. But
True.
Yeah. I'm sorry. What were you going to say, Ben?
Yeah, so I brought that up to say that we had asked in our podcast episode where we discussed that, we had asked people to respond to us on Twitter if they had any recommendations. And we actually got a recommendation, which was great. And the person who responded suggested that, perhaps we could engage people via Twitter more from our podcast. And so with this report thing that you're talking about, that made me think, hey, if someone out there would be interested in receiving a report like we just described, you should let us know on Twitter.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
The Honeybadger Intelligence Report.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm abbreviating it HBI.
Yeah.
Your HBI briefing. That sounds very official, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah. Expect that to come out like on the first Thursday of the quarter, right after the payroll report or something.
Exactly. People are going to just be like, let me just tell you, the markets are going to move when that thing drops.
There are people out there that could benefit from this sort of thing. It's maybe not everyone, but anyone who has to keep up with multiple different tech language communities as a part of their job, which is like me, I maintain all of our integrations and stuff across the entire internet or the entire industry. So there's a lot of news and releases and what are the trends that people are talking about on Twitter. If I tried to stay on top of all that 24/7, I just never leave I never leave my desk.
Yeah, it's so much work. I'm kind of in the same boat, even though I don't work on the client libraries. I consider myself a developer. That's not really most of my job lately, but yeah, I'm a Ruby developer and I would like to keep up with the Ruby community and everything. But when you're doing a job that isn't quite, just day in, day out Ruby development, it's kind of hard to do that. Right. So I would love to have a thing to come to me every few months. It's I just need to spend 30 minutes reading this once a quarter and I will have a good handle on things. So if I go to a conference, I just don't sound stupid when people come up and talk.
Yeah, you'll be in the know.
Yeah.
Starr, can we send this out snail mail to people, do you think? An old school newsletter, before the internet, people, anyone who had an opinion, we could even have a section where we prognosticate and you tell what the future trends are going to be. You ever see those newsletters where those guys would have their stock tips or, the economic trends that they foresee?
But here's the thing with that though. We can't just print it out. We've got to type it on a typewriter and photocopy it.
Okay.
And you have to put it in one of those clear covers that have the plastic binder thing going down the side, like you did in school when you turned in reports.
Ben has a photocopier right behind him in his office right now. Just saying.
There you go.
And it's a industrial one.
Yeah.
This is just taking me back to my 90s roots.
Speaking of 90s roots, so I saw a random tweet this morning that was from, I guess, a defense attorney. She said that her client was just released from prison after 30 years of being incarcerated. As this individual was getting back to life, everyone kept saying, oh, well, you can get that form at our website, or we'll send you an email with that information, or whatever. And this person was like, what are they even talking about? 30 years.
No.
Imagine. So 1991.
No access.
Imagine, going away and coming back in 2021 and all that's changed. Can you imagine? Wow. That just made me think for a while. It's we've done a lot of stuff in the past 30 years.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm only 36, so that's my entire life.
Yeah.
And
I guess that was a bit of a downer. Sorry. I just thought it was wild.
Yeah. It's like the guy who woke up from the coma and I guess he went into a coma right before coronavirus started and he woke up. It's just
the entire world has changed.
Yeah. But you know what? On a little bit of better news, I actually went and for my birthday treat, I went and drove to a coffee stand, which is something we have in Seattle in the Pacific Northwest, which most places don't have, which are these little tiny shacks that you can just drive up to them and they give you coffee and it's great. And I haven't done anything like that because of pandemic, and I just have been very tightly staying home. But I figure for my birthday it's fine. So I just went through this little this coffee shack, and it was just like this little shining moment of almost normalcy. And I was just like, okay, I finally am feeling like this might come to an end one day, and I can like drive home. I can take my little coffee out of my cup holder in my car. I can like walk back to my front door. I won't be like just in the house all day.
I think it's definitely happening.
Yeah.
It's going.
I have to ask though, these coffee stands that you mentioned, did you go to a chain coffee stand or was it an independent coffee stand?
Oh, it was an independent. I don't even know if they have chain coffee stands.
Yeah, Mercurys. Yeah, Mercurys Coffee is a chain of them. Mm-hmm.
Like the only ones I know are like, they're always very weird, idiosyncratic thing. Some of them have like ladies in bikinis to make your coffee, but that's gross. I'm not going to go to those. Yeah, it's just like a normal little, it's sort of yellow. It's got a picture of a rooster on it. It's by the freeway entrance.
Nice. Yeah, just around the corner from my office, they just recently built one of those. And it's Mercurys, which is why that's top of mind for me because I passed by it. And but they just built it, as in they started that after the pandemic. And I was like, wow, that's pretty optimistic. You're gonna build one of these places when there's like no cars coming through. But
really, are there no cars? Like around here, they're pretty popular still. Like the drive-through has been one of the things that people still do a lot. So like, I think if anything, they've become more popular just because you can't get coffee any other way.
Can't go in. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
You were talking to a sales consultant person. And so what's going on with that? I'm just curious.
So that's going to be starting next week, actually.
Oh, that's awesome. So this is a guy who has, what's the name of his company?
I can't remember.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I'll have to link it in the show notes.
Yeah, we'll link it in the show notes. Yeah. And his thing is he helps sort of software companies create like sales systems and processes and everything.
Yeah.
And it sounded like just what we needed. So we're all just like, yes, go for it, please.
Exactly. Yeah. So he's really into sales. That's his background. And he's had a lot of experience in that realm. And he's now started a productized service. So it's kind of like hybrid SaaS and professional services model where there is software involved. He has built some CRM software and also has a staff of people who help you use the software basically and help you through the process of doing salesy stuff. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that, especially considering that just yesterday I had a really bad experience with an outbound sales team from some company that we will not link in the show notes. But they emailed me like 4 times over the past 3 weeks. And of course, all unsolicited. And I just ignore these things. Yeah. I just ignore these things. I just delete them. It's no big deal. But it became a big deal yesterday when we got a phone call to our main number. And I typically...
Oh, no, they didn't.
They did.
They didn't call the 800 number.
They called the 800 number.
We had to pay to get that call.
I don't know what they're thinking, calling a number that's posted on our website, but they did. And they're all like, hey, this is what we do. And you should call us back and we'll talk to you. And the service that they sell is outbound sales.
This is what we do. We hound you incessantly until you curse.
And so I just as soon as I heard that message, I called them and I'm like, get me off your list. Do not call me. Do not email me. And I don't know what they were thinking. Apparently they don't know how to market to developers because you don't spam email and call a developer and expect to have a good response.
Well, they're trying to think.
So I've got to say, we're just like, okay, we're going to get a sales consultant and do this stuff. And then we're just like, we hate sales.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's going to break there?
Yeah. Next week when we record the episode, I'll be like, so calling people is awesome. Yeah. We're going to have to figure that out. I don't know how that's going to work, how that's going to play out yet, but I'm hoping that our new consultant / productized service person is going to have the ability to help us thread that needle so that we can actually do some outreach without annoying the...
He didn't seem like the type of person that would annoy me like that in his video that I watched. for what it's worth.
Should mention that. Like, so he sent us a proposal, that nice little PDF 3-4 pager thing talking about what he's going to do, but also sent like a Loom video with the proposal and kind of walk through it. And I was like, yeah, extra credit above and beyond.
As a demonstration, an active demonstration of your sales techniques, like I feel like that already alleviates that concern for me a little bit. Like, I mean, if he did that for our customers and in terms of like, this is what you get from Honeybadger. And by the way, I like recorded this like custom walkthrough for you of like how everything works, like personalized. That kind of thing actually like sells me versus, like 15 phone calls and text messages.
Totally.
Yeah, I agree. It was a very nice cozy feeling that I don't get from a lot of these sales emails.
The video was also not too long either. That was the second impressive part. Like that he recorded a video and then it was like brief, concise, and had basically the information that I was looking for.
Yeah, it's like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
And in similar news, I've been playing around with various metrics gathering tools this past week or two to try and get a real good handle on what our rates are, conversion rates, like from visitor to trial and from trial to paid. And, it's been somewhat challenging because, we have users and we have accounts, and the billing stuff is associated with the account, not a user. And a lot of these analytics tools are like, got a user. It's all user based. And it's like, well, we have to do this transition period where a user creates an account. And that's where the payment thing happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And of course, we also have the challenge of developers are our customers and they turn off all the, mixed panel and all the other tracking stuff. And so we're doing something in-house. We're using Ahoy, which is some Ruby code built by Andrew Kane. And that person is just a machine. Tell you what, go browse through the repositories on GitHub for him. It's amazing. Anyway, Ahoy is great. It puts a couple of tables in your database and you track all these events like page views and whatever custom events you want from the back end, all in these tables. And so you can just query them like normal, like a regular database table. And just this morning, I was putting together some stats. And so now we have new percentages on our internal admin dashboard.
Oh, is it up?
It's up.
Oh, cool.
It may be slightly inaccurate. There were some problems, I think, that I noticed right before we started recording. But so we actually have some big fat numbers with percentage signs behind them. It's pretty cool.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to set up Ahoy for a long time on our app. So I'm excited that we finally have it. And,
yeah. Why did we wait so long?
I don't know.
That's kind of one of the sort of curses of Honeybadger has always been we can get information on like trial to paid conversion and stuff because all that stuff it's in our own database. But like the tracking conversions from like a visitor to signing up has always eluded us.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe there's a way to do it that we just don't know. But like, I don't know if it's just because developers block ads or what, but like based on all the tracking software, like you would think that nobody ever looked at our website before signing up, which probably isn't the case. But
well, one of the things was self-inflicted wounds because we refused to send events to Google Analytics, and so
I mean, we tried though for a while.
Yeah, we did. But we always felt kind of icky about it, and so we never really like nailed it. But
yeah, I mean, not recently, but when I set it up a long time ago, like we tried, and it's still.
I think we did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, remember we had Shane Rice configure the whole thing for us at one point. Like with all those events, like
that
all
was
the inflection points. Yeah. And I mean, and he did a good job. Like that guy knows Google Analytics, but I don't know. It seems like a tricky problem for a lot of SaaS companies too. Like just getting that specific part of the funnel, like visit to sign up.
Yeah.
It's probably easier for like info product type sales because people are coming for it's like a specific conversion, like sales thing. But we've always had the problem of like, if we're doing content marketing, like they're there for the content, not for a SaaS. And they might come back at some point and because they were exposed to us through the content marketing, but how do you tie that event? It's just, there's a bunch of interim like steps that complicate things.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I actually cheated a bit when I was putting the stats together because we have so much traffic to the blog that it kind of drowns out traffic of people who are actually intentionally coming to check out the product. So great job, Starr. And so I thought, well, let me just ignore the blog traffic. So the queries that I was working on, if I ignore views to blog pages and just track views to our main sales pages, then our conversion ratio is much better. So I decided to go with that approach.
Nice.
So it's kind of funny how you can put your thumb on the scale in different places and make things look the way you want them to look.
Exactly how you want them to.
Yeah, I'm hoping that sort of a sales process might actually shed some light into that dark corner. Because if for example, we got people to sign up for, I don't know, say a intelligence report and give some information on that, and we contacted them, like we would be able to have stats about our ratios and everything from that, because there would be, a physical person involved. It wouldn't just be, trying to put a cookie on somebody's computer.
Put a cookie on their desk, and they're much more likely to buy Honeybadger.
Oh, there you go. That's a good thing.
But if you put a Honeybadger on their desk, and not so much.
No.
I have had my kids suggest that we do that. And
send a Honeybadger or a cookie. Because I mean, like, we've also talked about sending like food. People do like food.
Do you remember, this must have been 6 years ago or so? Remember the time we actually did do cookies?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's why it's familiar.
Yeah. I remember that.
I think we actually borrowed that idea from Office Space, if I remember correctly, because Susie was really into doing the cookie thing. Well, that's when cookies were hot too. It's like the cupcake fad. Before the cupcake fad, there was a cookie fad.
The great cupcake flood of 2011. Children were drowning in buttercream.
Those are the good days. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if we can make this tracking happen. And then my goal is to, once we have some good numbers, actually find ways to, make those numbers go up, right? But if you can't measure it, you can't improve it. And so hopefully the measuring is going to be in place now. So I'm pretty excited about it.
It'll be nice to have that, if it works, to have it on a dashboard. We've always been we've been able to go Starr, you've done, deep dives into the numbers and stuff, and that's been awesome. But you have to go and do that whenever we want it. And if we could, if we had a way to just track that stuff, it would be useful, it seems.
Yeah, definitely. And one thing to keep in mind also is it might be useful to have a view that filters out some of the less converting sources of traffic. We've got certain geographic regions that just have way lower conversion rates than anywhere else, and account for a lot of signups. So it might be useful to have a view that kind of filters those out, so you can get a more, level, a less chaotic view of the stats.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I haven't done that yet, so I definitely have to do this. But I was thinking about that based on your analysis you did. I am, however, already excluding all the Heroku signups, since they are, their customers are so much different than our on-site customers. And I'm also excluding the GitHub Student Pack people, because
that's good.
They come through, they get the free year, they don't convert anywhere near as well as people who are actually doing this for a job kind of thing. So yeah, that makes the numbers much more realistic, I think, to ignore those two sets of customers.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, I'm curious to see how this sales consulting thing works. You should let us know how it goes, because all this is sort of tied into marketing and the stuff we're doing at our monthly marketing meetings and everything. So it'll be good to work as a team on that.
Yeah. I'm ready to see that hockey stick on the chart.
Yeah.
From the sales effort.
Totally.
It's gonna look like a Bitcoin market chart.
We're gonna have to work out what my compensation schedule is, right? What's my quota, and gonna be driving that Lambo pretty soon. These sales commissions.
Be the only one in the company with the Lambo. It'll be worth it.
Well, it seems like we are reaching a natural plateau. So should we call it?
Let's call it.
All right.
Wait, the company's plateaued?
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
To the moon.
Joking.
Diamond hands.
Oh, not you too, Ben. I went on my morning walk and I saw that somebody had written in, there was a truck went by me on the road and somebody had written on the like dust on the background. They were like GME to the moon and then like pictures of diamonds. And
That's awesome.
It's like, oh my God, this is too wild.
Wait, what was the car that this was on?
It was just like a delivery truck or something.
Nice.
Like somebody had like walked by it or something.
Oh,
I don't think
okay.
the truck's owner meant to do it. Because that's just...
Because if you're going to write that on your car, it better be a Lambo or something.
Yeah, and it better not be like written by somebody's finger in the dust on your car.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's just dust in the wind. I guess that's the message of that. All right. So you've been listening to FounderQuest. Please go review us on Apple Podcasts or whatever. We're looking for authors. If you want to go to our blog, look at the Write For Us page. I'm going to be looking for people to help with these intelligence reports. So if you're interested in, I don't know, like doing deep dives into the current news of a specific programming language or platform, like definitely get in touch. You can just go to that same Write For Us page. And is there any final thoughts, any wisdom?
So they got to tweet at us at FounderQuest.
Oh yeah, FounderQuest tweeted us.
Tell us your wisdom.
Yes,
Tell us where you got coffee
a great way
this morning.
to engage. You can choose. You can.
I mean, we don't have any wisdom. That's obviously why we have a podcast.
I just think all of our listeners should join the conversation. You know, like engage the way you want to.
We should do a call-in show
on air. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tweet at us if you'd be interested in having a live call-in show of FounderQuest.
This is getting super, super retro. We got like a call-in show. We're going to have like a typewritten newsletter.
I really kind of want to start a like snail mail newsletter now. Like, you know, like all the people with Twitter newsletters, like none of them are doing like actual newsletters. And I feel like you'd definitely get people.
It would be cool.
Putting in their info for that.
You're right.
You
honestly,
would. I really kind of want to do it.
Yeah, like now that you say that, it kind of was like a joke, but now
it would be amazing.
Like if I could just get like 2 physical pages about, you know, what's going on in a programming community or whatever that I'm interested in, like
put it on my coffee table.
I can just look at it. I don't have to like remember to pull it up.
You can throw it in the trash after you're done with it, Starr.
You can just recycling, Josh. We live in the Pacific Northwest. You don't want them coming for you.
No. This is like retro. Remember, we don't recycle.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
Just throw out the car windows or driving down the road.
All right. Well, this has been FounderQuest. We love the environment. We love our Mother Earth, and we love most of all you, our listeners.
So true.
FounderQuest is a weekly podcast by the founders of Honeybadger. Zero instrumentation, 360-degree coverage of errors, outages, and service degradations for your web apps. If you have a web app, you need it. Available at honeybadger.io. Want more from the founders? Go to founderquestpodcast.com. That's one word, where you can access our huge back catalog of episodes. FounderQuest is available on iTunes, Spotify, and other purveyors of fine podcasts. We'll see you next week.